I haven't made a video in a good like 3 or 4 months, so it's gonna be weird hopping back on here. But the reason why I haven't made a video is because there's nothing to talk about, like at all. Fortnite wise, Call of Duty wise, both franchises are fucking up a lot as of late. I've been playing Fortnite more than Call of Duty, but like it's pretty much equal. Like I'll hop on Black Ops 4, then hop on Fortnite, really quick rotation. And I've also been playing a lot of Xbox 360 games. But today, I got some news. So apparently, we're in a clusterfuck right now, and we already knew that Call of Duty has been in a clusterfuck for a while, but it's like official now. Like they're actually confused as to what they want to do with their next title. It seems as though that MW4 or Infinity War's next title that's coming out at the end of this year is going to be Modern Warfare 4. It's basically 100% confirmed. I'm not trying to clickbait you, but there's no other option. Even if they do try to make a Call of Duty Ghost 2, it's probably going to be titled Modern Warfare 4 just so they can make more money. So yeah, I honestly think that it's 100% confirmed MW4 is the next Call of Duty game. But I actually have information on the next Call of Duty game, which is called Call of Duty 2020, I guess you could call it. But you can also call it Black Ops 5 because apparently Treyarch is taking control of the 2020 Call of Duty title. Now, if you guys are familiar with the Call of Duty cycle, you guys know that the way it works is Treyarch has their title, Infinity Ward does their title, and then Sledgehammer does their title. That's how it's been since 2012. We've been doing that. Black Ops 2, Ghost, AW, so forth. But apparently, Activision was actually going to remove Sledgehammer Games from the primary rotation. They were actually going to give Raven Software the lead development job for this new Call of Duty in 2020. But what happened was they decided to let Sledgehammer Games assist Raven Software in their new game. Apparently, Raven and Sledgehammer are working on a Vietnam/Cold War Call of Duty game. If you can't think of a Call of Duty like that, just imagine Black Ops 1. They were thinking about making a Black Ops 1 styled Call of Duty. Well, it seems as though Raven and Sledgehammer are actually having issues internally. They're not agreeing on certain things with the game. And because of this, this new Call of Duty game that's supposed to be coming out in 2020 is in a mess right now. The campaign is a mess, and they can't seem to come together and be a cohesive group. So they're having a lot of disagreements, and the game is not in a good state. So Activision stepped in, and they said, okay, if you guys can't do the job, we're going to make Treyarch do the job. So instead of letting Raven and Sledgehammer do the new Call of Duty on their own, they're making Treyarch the new head for this new Call of Duty title in 2020. Which means that instead of having 3 years to make a new Call of Duty game, Treyarch only has 2 years to make their next Call of Duty title, which is insane. This has not happened since, 2012, when they had to make Black Ops 2 in 2 years? This is insane. Ever since Black Ops 2, we've been having a 3-year development cycle. Every year the developer has had 3 years to make their Call of Duty game. But it seems as though this year, due to the conflict within Call of Duty 2020 and within Raven Software and Sledgehammer Games, there's just too much disagreements going on, and they decide to let Treyarch come in and fix that, which is fine. The more developers, the better. But at the same time, is that really better? Because we already have 2 developers working on this game, and it's a mess right now. So I can only imagine what 3 developers are going to be. Not only that, but the whole Call of Duty cycle right now is fucked up. Because this year we have Treyarch, and then Modern Warfare 4 is going to come out in like November, December, right? Just like always. But then next year we're going to have Treyarch's Call of Duty, which is fair, I guess. But then what happens after that? Does Infinity Ward go again? Do they have 2 years to make their next Call of Duty game? And then when do we get a Sledgehammer game? Or when do we get a Raven Software game? So this whole cycle right now is absolutely fucked up. Call of Duty is at a point where they are the #1 selling game on the planet. And there's absolutely no way that they are this fucked up internally. Like, I just don't understand how you can make billions of dollars every single year and you still can't hire cohesive groups of people to make decent games. It makes no sense to me that a development studio like Sledgehammer Games is unable to make a decent Call of Duty game. And it makes no sense to me that a development studio like Treyarch has fallen so much from grace. Like, I don't even trust Treyarch to fix this new Call of Duty game. I really don't. I don't think that they're going to make anything better. If anything, they're going to add even worse microtransactions to the new Call of Duty, or COD 2020, I guess you could say. But yeah, instead of getting a Sledgehammer game in 2020 or getting a Raven Software game in 2020, we're actually getting another Treyarch game, and a lot of people are calling it Black Ops 5. Why the fuck are we going to Black Ops 5? This is not Final Fantasy, this is not Mortal Kombat. Like, we're not doing that. Like, why do we have to just... Why can't we just start a new IP? Is it like too dangerous to start a new IP nowadays? Everybody just have to... I mean, aside from Sledgehammer Games, who's had a new IP every single attempt, Infinity Ward and Treyarch are playing a safe game. They're like, no, let's make this new COD called MW4 instead of calling it Ghost 2 because it's safer. Or let's call Black Ops 4 Black Ops 4 instead of calling it another Call of Duty title because it's safer. More people are going to buy it if it's called Black Ops or Modern Warfare. I'm tired of it. I don't want Black Ops 5. But regardless, I do want a Vietnam/Cold War Call of Duty game because Black Ops 1 is probably in my top 3 COD games of all time. So I would love to see a Cold War/Vietnam COD game, but considering the way they're describing it right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that great. It seems as though it's going to be very dysfunctional. Keep in mind, the only thing that's finished right now is the campaign. Like, the campaign, Kotaku claims that the campaign is the only thing that's pretty much finished, but the multiplayer hasn't started yet, and the extra game mode, which is probably going to be zombies, hasn't started yet. But what about zombies, man? Holy shit, they only have like a year to make this new zombie storyline for these new characters, because, you know, after this year with Black Ops 4, the old storyline with like Richtofen and all those guys is done. So I can't imagine how the zombies community feels. Their next zombies game is going to be made in 1 year. They only have 1 year to make a zombie storyline for these new characters, which is fucked up. But in the multiplayer, it only has a 1 year development, if that, because they usually wait for the last minute to make multiplayer. So multiplayer is probably going to be fucked up in that game. Guys, there is so much pressure on Modern Warfare 4 right now. Like, you guys do not understand. Like, there are so many variables going on with COD 2020. I do not have faith in that game, and it's a year away, and I still don't have faith in that game because it already seems fucked up, and it already seems like this game is going to come out incomplete, just like World War II, just like all the past Call of Duty games. Man, I'm sick of this shit. Like, why can't we just have a Call of Duty? Like, they've had 3 years to make cohesive games, and they couldn't do that with World War II or Black Ops 4 or Infinite Warfare. So why do I think they can do it in 1 year or 2 years with Black Ops 5 or whatever the fuck it's going to be called? I just don't think it's going to happen. So with that being said, there's a lot of pressure on MW4 and Infinity Ward this year with this Call of Duty game, because there's really no way that I'm going to have faith in Treyarch making a 2-year game when Infinity Ward has 3 years to make a decent Modern Warfare game. And if they fail doing that, I have no faith in Treyarch whatsoever. No faith whatsoever, because their game is already fucked up, and they have to pick up the pieces of that and then move forward and make multiplayer and zombies. So if they have to do all of that, I already have no faith in them. So really, it's all up to Infinity Ward. There is so much pressure on Infinity Ward right now, and it scares me because if you think about it, we should have gotten some teasers for MW4 by now, and we haven't gotten shit. Like, we're pretty sure it's going to be MW4. We're pretty sure it's going to be a Modern Warfare Call of Duty game, but we're not even 100% sure on that. So because of that, I really don't know what's going on at Infinity Ward either. There might be a disconnect at Infinity Ward, just like there was a disconnect with Sledgehammer and Raven. So overall, Call of Duty as a franchise is fucked up right now. And don't expect any good DLC from Black Ops 4 anymore, because they have to work on the new Call of Duty game, which is coming out next year. Literally next year. We'll be getting a reveal trailer for the new Treyarch game next year, around this time. Just think about it. Next May, we will be getting a new reveal trailer or a new beta for Treyarch's new game. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please sure to smash that like button, subscribe as always. Check out all my other recent videos. All the way, guys. Spinning Ghostface here, YouTube. I will see you fucking later.